classroom at iba pa, where everything is okay as long as you are learning.
Welcome back! This time we're gonna have our second quiz in Science 4. We're still tackling about solids, so therefore our exam is still focuses on solid materials. Now for our first test, we have to identify the following. Write your answer on the blank provided. Now for this one, we already have choices here. We have solid, we have shape, we have color, we have texture, we have odor, and lastly we have size. So all you have to do is identify the following statement, and then you write your answer on the blank provided. Okay, this is a typo error. That one is not black but blank. Okay, so for our first one, the very observable characteristic of a solid, the very first thing you see with your eye. So what do you think is the answer here? Next one, we have, it identifies how a solid feel when you use your sense of touch. So for this one, on question number 2, you will use your sense of touch. Question number 1, you will use your sense of sight, or your eyes, okay? Next one, number 3. A material that has a tightly packed molecule. What is a material that has a tightly packed molecule? For number 4, it is the way a solid smell. So a while ago, we used our sense of sight on the first question. On the second question, we have sense of touch. And lastly, we have our sense of smell. It is the way a solid smell. What do you think is the answer? And lastly, we have tells how big or small an object is. It tells you how big or small an object is. What do you think is the answer? Now for our second test, bend, stretch, cut. Arrange the following materials based on their characteristic. So first, let's read this one. Okay, so we have bend. Objects that you can bend, retain shape, position after bending. Okay, so these are objects that you can bend. And once you bend them, it retains the shape or the position after bending. Next one, we have stretch. Objects that you can pull but go back to its original shape after. Okay, so these are objects that you can pull, but once you pull it back, it returns to its original shape. And lastly, we have cut or slice. These are objects that can be cut or sliced by sharp objects. Will not retain its original shape or position. Okay, so there will be a change in shape or position. Now, all we have to do here is write your answers on the table below. So as you can see, they are classified into 3. We have bend, we have stretch, and lastly, we have cut or slice. So you will identify the objects whether they can be bent, they can be stretched, or they can be cut or sliced. So first one, copper wire. Does this bend, does this stretch, or does this one cut or slice? Now next one, we have rubber band. Does this one bend, does this one stretch, or does this one cut or slice? Next, we have paper. Can you bend a paper? Can you stretch a paper? Or can you cut or slice a paper? Now, we have spring. Can this one be bent? Can this one be stretched? Or can this one be cut or sliced? Next one, we have paper envelope. Does this one bend, stretch, or slice? Next one, we have mussel. Does this one bend? Does this one slice? Or does this one stretch? Next, we have clip. Does this one bend? Does it stretch, or does it slice or cut? Next, we have spoon. Does this one bend? Does this one stretch, or does this one cut or slice? Next, we have plastic ruler. Does this one bend? Does this one stretch? Or does it cut or slice? Next, we have cake. Can we bend cake? Can we stretch cake? Or can we cut or slice a cake? Next, we have jump rope. Can we bend a jump rope? Can we stretch a jump rope? Or can we cut or slice a jump rope? We have tomato. Can this one be bent? Can this one be stretched? Or can this one be sliced? Next, we have garter. Does this one bend? Does this one stretch? Or does this one slice? Or can it be cut or sliced? Next one, we have banana. Can this one be bent? Can this one stretch? Or can this one be cut or sliced? Okay, now, additional information. Some objects here can be cut or sliced, but we are looking at their closest property. Okay, so yung closest property niya. Okay, so that's it for our exam. Thank you so much. And remember, everything is okay as long as you are learning. Bye-bye for now and have a good day.